or smoking weather active tires in store. Superlines replacement in this yard look like this. But when you're under the zero-day ice restoration service, you'll get a brand new sewer without disturbing solid trees or pavement. Learn about zero-day ice restoration at roto-river.com. Oh, big night tonight, huh? I know you're like two boys. They're all grown up. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Lighting up your mind. Yeah, reading the attachment. What? Wait, wait. Dad, listen, I'm back. That's what he knows. Turn it up fast. Ridiculous. Dad, it's true. Right. Yeah, that's not me. It's fun. I like this. Because nobody's the ones on tap. Oh, dear. Come on.
So, this is the receipt. I bought it from Walmart. One item. There you go.
There's one thing that's always constant within the Gypverse, that being that Gypsy Rose hasn't changed one bit, and don't count on it. I know what you're thinking about when you're looking at your screens right now. Oh my fucking god, how creepy is it? Hey Gyp Dip, Norman Bates called. He said he needs mother's outfit for the evening. Do you mind sharing? I'm sure you could all relate to this. For example, there are probably many creators that you follow on social media, and when you take a look at their older clips, you can clearly tell that they look and sound different. Like seriously, can you think of a single creator that looks the same as they did 10 years ago? Probably not, right? And yet here's good old Jippity Dippity looking and sounding exactly the same. I mean, isn't it eerie to see someone with zero personal growth very soon and into the future for eternity? Everyone around is going to see that this murderer is exactly the same and full of shit. Speaking of people that don't change, specifically in the Gypverse, let's talk about Rai Rai. Here's Ryan's response to why he can't accept that Gypsy used him.
And if I believe I was used, I would break. I can't believe that. Even if she did, I mentally can't, because it would break me for that. Like, it would be like everything I shared with her, everything we had was nothing. And I can't accept that. I can't. It's not that I want her back or nothing like that. I gave so much of my heart and energy to that. I can't believe that it was nothing to her, because if I believe that it was nothing to her, then it's like, what's my self-worth? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's my worth? And I can't. I can't. So, yeah, some of them videos creep me out. Like, that wasn't our relationship. Do y'all think I should do a book about my experience with her? Vote red, yes. Blue, no. Y'all think it's time? Like, some people want me to just move on, and I know her people want me to just drop it, let it go, accept your fate. And like, my thing is like, how have I not accepted my fate? Just because I get online and stuff doesn't mean that anything. I'm getting online to talk about my life. You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk about me, do me. You know, like, I'm going to piss people off regardless. Jennifer, she wasn't just a part of my life. She was my life for a while. She was. I married her. She was my whole world. It got shattered, and I'm okay. I'm still right here, guys. I've never left. It didn't break me. Okay? It did not break me. I'm still the person that I was.
For the love of God, someone put this thing out of its misery, please. This dude is still going on about her like this. Like, right, what are you doing here? But you got to hand it to Jip Dip. She's really good at finding people to use. You know, people like Nick, Ryan, Joe. Remember that dude? And come close. Come on, guys. I'm going to let you in on a secret. They're all a little slow. Sorry, Ryan. Actually, I'm not. Not only are they a little slow, they constantly need and so desperately want validation. Nicholas Godejohn, Ryan Anderson, and Joe Vagina. They all seem to have this in common, right? Gypsy Rose has a pattern of finding men that are like this. All of them have something that makes them fixate on things. And oh boy, does Gypsy love to take advantage. I mean, hell, she even said this clearly in her video before the crime, describing all the things she could do to men for money. I could seduce them, drug them, and knock them over the head. Ryan, why are you such a boob? You need therapy, bruh, not TikTok live, okay? Fuck therapy. You need some goddamn self-respect and a lobotomy. They're just pathetic. Are you ever gonna move on? No one here can imagine pining and agonizing over your ex-murderer online for this damn long of a time and grifting over it. You, sir, Ryan Anderson, are truly pathetic. Being this ridiculous is what should break you. For crying Ryan, get on with your life. This is embarrassing. It's almost been 2 years. Your mom called and she said, please move the hell on, son. But of course he won't. Not until people stop watching him. Rise a simp. Gypsy's clearly still messaging him. So absolutely, he deserves what he gets for even talking to that thing. Because Jippity Boppity Boo wants him on the back burner. And we all know Ryan Aurora is dumb enough to take her back. Supposedly, Ryan Anderson is a college-educated boy who has family money, and he bases his self-worth on his relationship with an ugly, murderous felon. Ryan acting like he's the first person in the world to get divorced. I mean, come on, man. What, because your spouse cheated on you? Join the rest of the world, you former sped teacher. Oh, and I bet his family's so proud. Like, come on, Ryan. What did you think was going to happen writing a mommy murderer? Come the fuck on. It takes a real special kind of person to write someone like her, and we know Ryan is special. Gypsy even told him before that she wasn't interested in him, yet he pushed and pushed with his Mentos-sized Fire D, saying that he doesn't care if he's her sex slave even. Ryan just wants to be in her life, so don't ever feel bad for him, folks. Like, bro, you were married in person for 2 months. Clearly, Gypsy Rose groomed your ass while she was in prison, groomed you with saturated fats and royal mashed potatoes. You're just another one of her targets. No, but all kidding aside, poor little Ryan. Gosh, those 2 months must have been really hard on you. I mean, you are only 39 years old. You're still just a little baby, aren't you? I really think you need help, Ryan, in the worst way possible, but I'm not sure if you're all there. So fuck it. It's mind-boggling how Gypsy is so manipulative, that all these dudes are so loyal to her. I still can't wrap my head around how she has such a hold on these guys. She's not even a good person or pretty. I think it's hilarious that even Ryan doesn't like Bro. Hey, Ryan, why do you not like Bro? For Christ's sake, you're the same size as her. Nicholas, Ryan, Joe, Ken. These guys are the bottom of the barrel. They're all rejects who no other woman would ever want. They're dangerous because they're so easily controlled by this evil beast. Hey, maybe she keeps a hold on these guys because of her toothless BJ skills. Did you just all throw up? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Even Nicholas Godejohn, who's doing life, still loves her and will take some things to his grave for her. What, don't believe me? He said it himself. Why? Because of loyalty. And that dude was only with her for a couple of days in person. Keep in mind, Gypsy Rose did spend 2 entire years grooming him, all the while intending to throw his ass under the bus, where of course he's been ever since. So for that guy, I'm not particularly surprised that he's still stuck on her. It's disturbing and gross. But Ryan Anderson, what's your excuse? Ryan Aurora, come close. Come. Your head, my friend, is lodged up so far up Gypsy Rose's ass. You're essentially a human colonoscopy at this point. And ask Perez about colonoscopies. I should shut up soon before Gypsy Rose takes my eye out with her toothbrush. Ryan, stop living in denial. Just because you can't accept it doesn't mean it's not true. Do you need me to speak slower? Ryan, just because you Accept it doesn't mean it's not true. Gypsy wasted your time. Stop being pathetic and stop simping for someone that never loved you. The fact is, Ryan, Gypsy Rose threw your ass away after getting out of prison. She used you. She's a criminal. She killed her mom. And you, my friend, chose to be with that thing. So wipe the egg off your face, bro. Correction. Wipe the dozens of eggs off your face. Be a big boy. I'm not talking about physically. Put your big boy pants on, buddy. Get off TikTok and move on. You're no longer in middle school, pal. The bottom line is this. Ryan Anderson hasn't accepted his fate just as much as he hasn't accepted his airline.
You go, Ash. I just want to catch up a bit. Teams, we look fun. Please, it's important to me. Started off all in. And it's okay now. All right, I'm right. Sorry, I still like to change my.
You do not go after the end as well. These are all the doctors who keep their community service. Thank you. For more information, each at a time. It gets young life with Fortune. With those beautiful clothes that we make auto repair. December 1st, get a $100 instantly when you purchase a set of Pirelli Cincherato or Swiftly Weather Active tires in store. Tire.
Call me when you want me to pick you up. I'm sure you're going to do alone. I'm fine. Okay. Bye. But you're not walking alone. Please. Okay, that's better. I don't know about you, but I always get a little nervous with these things. Hey, you're fine. Don't you think it's okay to sex? Right, it's not that one. Sex, you know. Oh, you could have just take time on touches. Paige, I don't know if I can over this. Terry, you're just nervous. You need to calm down. Of course, you can use a glass of shit. Really?
Back in 2008, Nickelodeon aired one of the greatest Christmas specials of all time, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. And then about a week later, they also aired the season 2 iCarly episode, I Christmas. So Miranda Cosgrove and Jerry Trainer were really working hard that year to give us all the Christmas we deserved. And for that matter, so was Dan Schneider, a Jewish man, might I add, who was pumping out these Christmas specials left and right. Gotta pay respect where respect is due. And even though it's only a regular length episode and doesn't come close to the cinema that is Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, I Christmas is still a pretty crazy holiday special in its own right. Unlike most episodes of iCarly, which take place in normal reality, this episode canonically introduces magic, angels, and alternate dimensions into the iCarly universe. It parodies the classic film It's a Wonderful Life and explores how things might be different if Spencer was a boring, normal attorney instead of a wacky artist. But by the end of the episode, there is never any indication that she dreamed it all up. Like, it's all canonically happening within the world of iCarly. It's totally implied that Carly traveled through space to another dimension for this episode, confirming that iCarly takes place in a world where alternate dimensions exist and can even be visited. And in that sense, it kind of reminds me of the Zoe 101 episode Curse of PCA, because in that one, ghosts are just straight up real, when every other episode of the show has a much more realistic vibe.
But face.
iChristmas premiered on December 13th, 2008, which was exactly one day before that journalist guy threw both his shoes at President George W. Bush. And honestly, maybe bro was crashing out waiting for the iChristmas premiere, and he finally reached his limit. And since it's been over 17 years since this episode premiered, and Christmas is right around the corner, I figured it was the perfect time for a rewatch to see how this one holds up, and whether it deserves a spot in the December lineup, or if it belongs on the naughty list, never to be watched again. As always, if you guys like this one, please throw us a like and maybe even subscribe. Who knows? I might just reveal my face if you do. No promises. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at AgroWasHere for a daily dose of nostalgia. And if you have any other episodes or shows you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments. All right, let's dive in. So we start off with Sam and Carly doing a special Christmas-themed iCarly webcast, and Freddie is dressed up like a Christmas flashlight, which is pretty funny. The theme song kicks in, I dance a little, and then after the webcast ends, Carly goes downstairs to see the new Christmas tree Spencer got. And turns out he built a magnetic Christmas tree out of parts he found at the junkyard instead of getting a real Christmas tree. And yeah, I do gotta point out quickly that Merry Christmas Drake and Josh also had a junk Christmas tree, which is a bit too much of a coincidence for my liking. Carly's not into it because she wanted an actual tree, but Spencer promises it will be Christmassy once they put presents under it. Miss Benson shows up and tells Freddie they've got to go to the mall so he can see Santa.
If somebody wants to get to the mall in time to sit on somebody's lap and tell somebody what he wants for Christmas, somebody better hurry up.
Is Little Funny going to see Santa Claus?
No. Let's go.
I tried to keep it vague.
Oh, it didn't work.
Hang on a second. What time do they do iCarly? It's got to be late by now if the show's already done, right?
You and me do a webcast together?
We could do one every week starting tomorrow night.
But tomorrow night is when I do iCarly.
Are these some 10 p.m. Santa pics at the mall? Also, I can't believe Freddie's mom is about to let him go take Santa pics in this outfit. The cargo shorts? Come on, man. My mom always made me put on nice pants and a Christmas sweater. Even Miss Benson's got a nice sweater on. Miss Benson would never be okay with Freddie looking like that when she looks like this. Just saying. Cut to Spencer in bed at 3 a.m. And this is a pretty rare sighting of Spencer's bedroom. It's goddamn massive. It's bigger than my apartment.
This thing is nicer than my apartment.
He's got multiple sofas in there. Multiple. In his bedroom. Oh God. Why is there a black and white fursuit head next to his bed? Is Spencer a furry? We go in there? Also, the iCarly wiki incorrectly states that the only time we see Spencer's bedroom is in I Dream of Dance when he's looking for his dance helmet to do the firecracker. Wrong! Because we're seeing it right here in iChristmas. The wiki facts are really like, fuck you sometimes, you know? Anyway, the fire alarm goes off and he runs to the metal junkyard Christmas tree to find it on fire. He extinguishes the fire and stomps on a flame with his bare foot. Come on now. But not before all the presents that were under the tree burned to a crisp.
Oh, man.
Carly, no, don't touch that. No. They were just on fire 3 seconds ago. The whole thing. They're engulfed in black, fiery soot. Carly's flesh should be burning off. Come on now. She tells Spencer he's a dumbass who basically ruined Christmas and then says, I wish you'd been born normal. She then runs off to the iCarly studio where every single light is turned on. The TV is on. Every Christmas light. The whole shebang. Even though it's 3 a.m. and they were just woken up abruptly. But I guess when you live in a place with multiple sofas in a huge-ass bedroom, the electric bill is of no concern. All of a sudden, a little person named Mitch pops up and says he's a Christmas angel who's here to earn his wings, and that he's going to make Carly's wish come true, that Spencer was born normal.
Prove you're magical.
All right, pick a card.
He's not kidding.
Carly isn't buying it and goes to call the cops on the home intruder, but realizes he's gone.
Hey, Mitch?
Cut to Carly going downstairs and the apartment is completely different. But wait, hang on. Carly was just in pajamas and slippers a second ago. It was the middle of the night and now it's clearly daytime and she's wearing a different outfit. Are we supposed to believe that she just went back to bed right after discovering an intruder in her house and it's just now the next day? Or did she go directly down the stairs to tell Spencer about the intruder and there was just this magical time jump and a magical outfit change as well? In our first sighting of normal Spencer, we learn he's an attorney, and he of course mentions his client, Mr. Schneider, on the phone.
Let's just get Mr. Schneider and Mr. Newman into a room together, and I'm sure we can settle this dispute without going to court.
Stop referencing yourself so much in your shows, Dan. I'm over it. Miss Benson shows up, and we also learn that she and Spencer are dating one another. Hold up. The wish was to make Spencer normal, right? And yet he's dating Miss Benson, who, let's see, puts cloud block on her son.
Freddie! Mom, what are you doing here? I found cloud block.
gives Freddie tick baths when he doesn't have goddamn ticks.
You're coming home with me right now and having a tick bath.
I don't have ticks.
The tick baths are working, aren't they?
And oh yeah, installed a microchip in his fucking head.
I had a locator chip put in his head by a questionable doctor in Venezuela.
She is a crazy lady. Her fear of germs and her overprotectiveness as a mom is not normal whatsoever. That's where the whole humor of her character comes in. She's goddamn insane. So why exactly is normal Spencer dating the crazy lady? So already, this whole fucking thing makes no sense. Cut to school where Carly sees Freddie dating a random unpleasant girl from school named Rona Berger.
Why is Freddie holding hands with Rona Berger?
Rona Berger is Freddie's girlfriend.
He hates Rona Berger. Everybody hates Rona Berger.
It all goes back to Spencer being born normal.
But Freddie's always been in love with me.
He gave up because you have a boyfriend.
Freddie gave up his crush on Carly because she already has a boyfriend, not because they're about to be step siblings. Actually, not step siblings. I guess Carly would be more like his step aunt in this timeline, and he'd be her step nephew. But still, with Spencer and Miss Benson dating, that seems like more of a reason to give up the crush on Carly than Carly having a boyfriend.
Carly, your boyfriend's looking for you.
What boyfriend?
Carly.
Neville?
Okay, let me save you some trouble right here, right now. In case you're wondering how the hell changing Spencer's personality results in Carly dating Neville, don't think about it too hard, because the Nickelodeon writers sure didn't. They don't even attempt to explain this one. The scene just ends. They genuinely didn't bother to come up with an explanation whatsoever. And this bothers me because it actually makes no goddamn sense. In the original timeline, Neville is shown to be several years younger than them, and he was never their classmate, and he didn't go to their school.
I'm Neville Papperman.
You're Neville?
You're just a little kid. He's so cute.
Cut to the iCarly studio, which is full of boxes, because I guess normal people just collect tons of empty boxes. It's no longer the iCarly studio because Mitch explains in this universe there is no iCarly.
I think you better forget about Sam.
Why?
She barely knows you.
That's a lie.
Spencer thought she was a bad kid. He never let you hang out with her when you were little.
We do iCarly together every week.
There is no iCarly.
And honestly, without the iCarly webcast existing, it makes even less sense for Carly to be dating Neville. In the original timeline, the only reason she met Neville in the first place was because of iCarly, because he was going to review her webcast for his website, Nevillosity.
Hey, you guys got an email from Neville Papperman. Nevillosity.
Move! Yeah. He says he loved our web show and he wants to interview me.
So if Carly doesn't exist, they have no reason to have ever crossed paths in the first place.
You were who you were because Spencer was who he was. You changed him, and that changed your life.
Even if Carly's personality was different, that still doesn't explain why the hell Neville's mom decided to enroll him at an entirely different school. Also, if we go back to the scene where Mitch first warped her to the alternate dimension, all the iCarly stuff should have disappeared around her immediately, right? But it didn't.
What just happened?
He was born normal.
The only detail of this alternate dimension that makes sense is Carly and Sam never becoming friends, because normal Spencer thought Sam was a bad influence and didn't let them hang out. So Carly goes to visit Sam and Juvie, and Coach Beast from Glee makes a brief appearance as Sam's guard.
Nobody visits me.
Can it, Puckett, and sit down.
Sam is confused why the hell Carly is visiting her since they aren't friends, and Carly tries desperately to convince her that they were best friends until she wished herself into an alternate reality.
If we're not best friends, then how would I know that you've slept with 2 different colored socks on your feet since you were little because you think it's good luck? And how would I know that your mom's foot has a tattoo on it?
A tattoo of what?
A foot.
And of course, it wouldn't be a true episode of a Dan Schneider show without at least one foot reference.
A foot.
But actually, though, why is Carly trying so hard to convince Sam here? It actually seems like by the end of the scene that Sam actually does believe her, that they are best friends in a different timeline. But what does that even accomplish besides giving Sam a weird existential crisis? Cut back to the normal apartment where Neville shows up for Christmas and gives us a classic moment I'll never forget.
Merry Christmas, la-dee-da-dee-da.
La-dee-doddly-da indeed, Neville. He notices Miss Benson has a ring on, and she and Spencer announce they're getting married, causing Carly to full-on crash out. She freaks out and asks Spencer to make spaghetti tacos like he normally does.
You like to make spaghetti tacos. And when you make them, you sing a little song.
Carly, I only sing songs in church.
Okay, that's actually pretty funny. I'll give him that one.
What's wrong with your sister?
I'm not just his sister. I'm your friend.
And this is pretty weird. Even back in the school scene when Carly said hi to Freddie, he acted like it was weird for her to be talking to him.
Hi, Freddie.
Why aren't they friends? They explained he gave up on having a crush on her, but that doesn't mean they couldn't still have a friendship, right? Also, with their families being so intertwined in this universe, it seems perfectly normal that they would have some kind of bond. Dude, Freddie, you were just at her apartment with your joint families, but you're gonna act like it's weird to say hi to her at school? The fuck's going on here, man? So Carly continues crashing out and tells Spencer she wants her old life back and wants him to go back to making sculptures and being a weirdo freak again. And I like this acting from Miranda Cosgrove. She's tugging at my heartstrings a bit, and I want to give her a hug. Also, Neville is funny as hell.
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug indeed, Neville. Carly runs upstairs looking for Mitch, begging him to change Spencer back to his old self so that everything goes back to normal. But she can't find him, so she starts crying in the hallway instead, accepting her fate. And as she's crying, the magical transformation occurs. Her clothes change, and the door behind her changes back to having the iCarly logo on it, which is even more proof that the room should have changed around her the first time when the wish first took place in the beginning. But instead, it stayed the iCarly studio for that whole scene for some reason.
Hey, did you check out that video I sent of the guy who could fit a whole grapefruit? Hey. Hey, are you crying?
Fit a whole grapefruit where, Freddie? Up his ass? Carly realizes that the iCarly studio is back, Freddie's back to acting like normal, and Sam is out of juvie. And Carly is fucking stoked. I couldn't be more happy for her. She runs downstairs to see Spencer, whose shirt says, Mr. Duck Lumps, and that makes me uncomfortable. I kept reading it wrong the first time I watched this scene, and thinking it said Mr. Dick Lumps. They say they're getting rid of the flammable Christmas tree, and Carly says absolutely fucking not, and says she loves the tree now, which is pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Mitch pops up on Carly's laptop and says he successfully got his wings, and turns out they're just chicken wings, which is a punchline I never forgot. Also, by Mitch reappearing in this way, and with there being no scene where Carly wakes up from a dream or something, it's pretty much confirmed that Carly wasn't dreaming or hallucinating, and that this all actually fucking happened, which is goddamn wild. Does that mean the alternate reality Sam in juvie is still sitting there in her jail cell right now, wondering how Carly Shay knows all these personal details about her life, wondering if they're really supposed to be best friends after all? And furthermore, Carly attends a whole day of school in this alternate timeline. What happened to the original timeline during those 24 hours? Was everything just paused? Or did the whole day go by where Carly was just like on autopilot or not even present? Also, I can't help but notice Gibby never appeared in this episode. Was he never born? Does this maybe imply that Spencer is actually Gibby's father? None of these questions are ever answered, of course. Instead, we get a nod to the ending of A Charlie Brown Christmas, where they all decorate the ugly tree, look at it together, and sing as the credits roll. And it's kind of funny how the whole episode is a nod to It's a Wonderful Life, and then the ending scene is a nod to A Charlie Brown Christmas. Even when the whole thing is one big reference, there's still some more references shoved in there. Kind of lazy, but I guess you can't expect too much originality out of a Christmas special. And honestly, as far as Christmas specials go, this one's pretty fun. Sure, the plot makes literally no sense with its poorly explained interdimensional travel, but the overall message where Carly learns to appreciate Spencer with all his weird quirks is kind of sweet. Even though, if we're being real, he did almost kill her with a hammer in I Want to Stay with Spencer.
Hit the floor!
And then he almost burned the house down in this episode. And then he goes on to almost burn the house down again and kill everyone in I Got a Hot Room.
My room's on fire!
What?
Fire!
Let me go first!
So honestly, maybe her lifespan would be projected to be a bit longer if he didn't make such dangerous sculptures. But nonetheless, it's a cute message about loving and accepting your family the way they are. So I'll take it. But enough of me yapping. What do you guys think of iChristmas? Is it a holiday classic in your household? Or did you forget about this one ever even existing? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments and let's kick it. And of course, I gotta wish the merriest Christmas of all to the Aggro Army, the channel members and Patreon members. You guys all made the nice list this year, but I'm gonna treat you like naughty, dirty sluts. I might be coming down your chimney this year in a skimpy Santa Claus outfit on Christmas Eve. So keep your eyes peeled and your windows locked. If you're still here, make sure you're fucking subscribed, buddy, and check out some other videos. It's the only way I'm gonna hit 100K, and I gotta hit that number sooner or later. All right, thanks for listening.
You don't get it? The guy has a face like a Michael Fry.
Spitter, do you think Ashley's prettier than me?
What?
Because she's getting it.
Oh, Ashley's getting amazing? I can totally see her on TV.
What? Are you considering?
I didn't say that.
So, you can have to take it cute, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, so that's my joke. So then the guy goes, yeah. So then the guy goes,
Mr. Radish, can I talk to you about this morning's NAK growing farm?
I'm old.
NAK is totally biased. This morning they tell us to keep it back. And they tell us what kind of remedies to try. It's wrong.
You see the computers on the emergency lab? 18 computers thanks to NAK. In exchange, we show them where you are.
What if they want to report? That's bribery.
No, that's 18 new computers. Parents voted for it. Remember, not everyone at Degrassi has a computer at home. But if you get strongly about it, write an opinion piece. Make sure you get it in by 4 o'clock. Make the parents do it.
4 o'clock today?
You can do it.
So, I spent the welcome committee search, which means I will be the first person to reveal great. Unless she sees it first. What? Well, I am helping her tomorrow. Since when? Actually, you asked me like 3 weeks ago to volunteer, remember? Anyway, you do it. I can't believe the principal's asking me to do it. The right to attacking the school. I know, it's very cool. Thanks, Sam. Okay, so let's try to imagine your speech. Okay, I'm a speech kid. As it feels losing your school coverage. I say, hey, prejudice, get off my face. What people tip?
Oh, please.
2 years ago, I remember having a discussion with a friend where I stated that I could totally see Scream 7 giving Samantha Carpenter the Anakin Skywalker treatment by making her turn bad and her whole story being this sort of tragic will she, won't she villain arc. I posted this and people absolutely hated the idea. And I agreed, even though I did suggest it. Well, it turns out that's exactly what they were going to do. Skeet Ulrich, our very own Billy Loomis, has revealed in an interview that the idea of Radio Silence's new Scream trilogy was to eventually build to Samantha Carpenter becoming Ghostface and following in her father's footsteps. So today, I thought I would combine this new piece of info with what we already knew about the original plans for Scream 7, so we can build this overall look at what this film would have been before Melissa Barrera was fired. Before I go on, I have been very ill. I have had chicken pox for adults, and let me just tell you, it is not a pleasant illness, but I'm feeling a lot better, and that's why I'm bringing these videos to you. So there will be a lot of videos coming at the back end of December, so I hope that you are ready for some Scream content. Tara was going to die due to Jenna Ortega's filming schedule. This was a domino effect, which would have plunged Sam into this downward spiral that led her to being Ghostface. The past 2 films set up Tara as this sort of anchor to bring Sam back from her thoughts of being evil, shall we say. So even in the final scene for Scream 6, if you remember, we saw her pulling Sam away from this whole mysterious temptation she has with the mask in hand and so on. But if you remove Tara from the equation by killing her off early on, it makes Sam's turn all the more believable, in my opinion. The reason why we know that Jenna Ortega was going to be killed off is because she was going to have a very limited role in Scream 7, because her schedule with filming Wednesday season 2, I know it's so irrelevant today now, but her schedule would not allow her to give a full commitment to a role. So they just settled with having a brief scene, according to Christopher Landon. So it was a brief moment that Tara was going to be in this film. It was so obvious they were going to kill her off first. And I think this is exactly where this sort of descent into her being Ghostface was going to come from. I don't think she was going to be the initial killer. I think it was going to be a build up to her becoming the killer. Personally, I'm just going to get into this right away. I hate this idea. Not because I don't think that it wasn't obvious, because I think it kind of was obvious this is where they were going with it. This whole will she, won't she, like I said before, it was obvious that's what they were doing. But I think that what it kind of does is, I agree with what Neve Campbell said. When she said it kind of differentiates between hero and villain and creates this sort of grey area in between, because we as the audience are supposed to root for Sam. She was the main hero. She was the new Sydney, if you will. She was the protagonist. So for her to sort of turn bad kind of makes me think that there's a whole grey area in between being a killer and then rooting for this character. Now, some people might say to me, you know, you're a big Star Wars fan. Anakin Skywalker is one of my favorite characters, but with Anakin Skywalker, we always knew he was going to turn bad, so we knew what we were getting, you know, ourselves into. Plus, as well, Star Wars is very much a kid's story, and even though it's quite dark in places, you know, anyone can watch Star Wars. But this is a horror film, and I feel like there is a line between rooting for a serial killer that's supposed to exist in the real world, that's supposed to sort of, you know, be a real person that we're supposed to sort of root for, and then also rooting for a killer in space, because it kind of doesn't seem real. I know that sounds like I'm making my own terms, and I know it does, but it's easier to accept it from a sci-fi movie, but not as much from a film that's very much grounded in realism. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm just not keen on this idea. And it's funny because I liked the idea that she was able to fight back and prove she wasn't like her dad. I felt the message was stronger, kind of similar to Sydney's, but kind of different, that, you know, you don't have to be like your parents. You don't have to follow in their footsteps. Just because Billy was a killer doesn't mean that Sam was going to turn that way. It doesn't mean that this exposure to death was going to bring this awful sort of evil side out of her that would make her Ghostface. I just think that was a really lazy idea. I felt such strength in her pulling away from the turn than I would have done if she'd have just joined, you know, the killers or become a killer herself. I think it's just such a lazy idea. I think her arc was stronger before. Now, according to Christopher Landon, who was the director of Scream 7 initially, I've spoken to him a few times on Twitter. They absolutely wanted Christina Carpenter involved in this film and had even begun the casting process for an actress to play her. Her role wasn't actually stated, but having her on screen would have been a very interesting dynamic for Sam as she turned evil. Adding all to this, Sam's journey would have ended on a negative note, because her being a killer would have proved what everybody said in the end, that she always was her father's daughter, that all the posts would have been accurate, that she was a killer, you know, all the stances that she made on, I am not my father's daughter, I am not, you know, it would have been so pointless by the third film because she would have turned that way. It's one of the reasons why I find it stupid. I think you could have done so much more with Sam's arc. I think that her arc was already different. I didn't dislike her arc. I thought that she had some good, you know, ideas. I think she could have been a great character. I don't think that they knew what to do with Sam in the end, and I think that this whole killer thing was purely to shock the audience by Scream 7. That's my opinion. Would you have been happy with Sam Carpenter becoming Ghostface? I am not in favor, but I'd love to know what you guys think. If you guys are in favor, convince me. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and of course subscribe so you don't miss any Scream 7 news updates. If you're interested in a prequel to the events of Scream 1996, then why not head over to my Patreon, where I have a full novel of what happened before the events of the first movie and covering the events of Maureen Prescott's death, You can become a member and sign up for 4 chapters a month currently, with a novel detailing the beginnings of Mickey Altieri and Nancy Loomis set to follow. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember, let me guess, the movies made you do it?
Look, it's not that serious.
What? Expressing my opinion is important?
What's on my brother's side?
I could tell he was wrong.
I'm wrong. I mean, is it fair or is it wrong? It's showing you can't afford it.
He did so much good.
Well, yeah.
If you read the entire article, you would know it is not garbage.
It's like, oh, on fire. There's two sides to the story. It was only once, but still, skipping class, even once it was great.
What is going on here? What is that? I thought Carrie Lee was computer. I thought moving in with you and Jim Cleaver was supposed to be good for Toby's group. Wasn't that the point?
What do you say?
Saying maybe we need to reassess Toby's living arrangements.
Okay. What? I'm ready for the business is yours. Mr. and Mrs. Isaac, these are carbon problems for many students.
So it's my fault? Jeff, let's not even get into the reason why I'm the
Reason why you left. What?
Mom, Dad, yeah, why is something late? Who's to blame? Video games. I'm telling you, they're destroying my generation. Oh, this isn't a joke. I'm not joking, okay? I don't have an excuse, but that is what I'm only try to go to class. It's my life, right? My problem. Stop blaming each other and using me as another excuse to argue. It's not fair. Try hard. I promise.
Moving on. All right. Let's think about this.
Okay. How did it go, man?
Oh, it went, okay. Toby just has to apply something.
Yeah, we make sure that this is not the conflict. But it went okay. Tell me. That's so great. That was wrong. To work. Yeah. But hey, listen. Your message came in loud and clear that day. Toby, I'm really sorry. All the stuff between your dad and me. It's tough. I love you so much. Actually, you have my permission to keep this monkey in line. Oh, I don't know, no secret. It was nice to meet you. Absolutely so. By the way, stop saying cute. Remember me, darling. You're just not to give me a call. It's an interesting look.
science.
Well, I see.
Maybe it's potatoes. Which you never know. That's very hard to do. I won't think that. It wasn't that. So I was yesterday.
I just want to apologize again for my friend's behavior.
Wasn't it cool? I know.
Honestly, this means good. Clean a lot of air.
I'm glad. Oh, listen, yes. Next time you want a worthless picture, maybe just throw my memories for file from the
I can explain.
Good. Why don't you start with the 10 pages and watch Rolling Stones by Dr. Say by No, I was fine. Good work. I certainly was.
Gus, pretend I'm your evil boyfriend. How about I promise to love you, promise to kiss you on your lips, and then in addition to doing that, destroy your entire life with manipulation and evilness. Well, Gustav, there's some real people out there who are doing that. I think it's about time Gustav found out about the evil ex-boyfriends of the world. But the good news is the guys out there who are doing that have their girlfriends exposing them publicly, so they can never live it down. I'm gonna say it, Gus. I'm sorry.
When I was in college, I dated this guy who was so diabolically evil to me. We were on and off for probably like 3 years, but we never exclusively dated because he would tell me that I was his girlfriend, but he was not my boyfriend, which basically meant that he could go out and do whatever he wanted with whoever he wanted, but I had to stay home and be loyal to him. And honestly, in the beginning, I was kind of okay with it because
Wait, slow down, wait. What was the label?
he would tell me that I was his girlfriend, but he was not my boyfriend, which
He's saying you're my girlfriend, but I'm not your boyfriend. So he's going out like with other girls, but that's your girlfriend. That doesn't make sense. I feel like if it was the opposite, like I'm your boyfriend, but you're not my girlfriend, that makes sense. But even his own logic, you're my girlfriend, but I'm gonna cheat on you, and I'm not your boyfriend. What? Like 6 seconds in, this is already a breakup.
And honestly, in the beginning, I was kind of okay with it because I was like, I'm not really interested in talking to other guys, so like whatever. But then as I got more feelings for him, I was like, hey, I don't really want you to be talking to other girls. And he'd be like, I would tell him I wanted to talk to other guys, and he'd be like, you can't do that. It's totally different. Like I can talk to whoever I want, but you can't talk to whoever you want. If that gives you any idea of what our little relationship dynamic was like, right? So this goes on and off. We have like this very tumultuous relationship for a few years.
Years? How? Okay, wake up. I see on screen right now, it says the end, he was turning 21. They dated a few years, so probably started when they were 18. She's a teenager. All right, she's in a new relationship. Doesn't have a lot of experience with it. Oh my God. The brainwashing somebody has to do to you to convince you to accept the fact they can talk to somebody else. You can't talk to anybody else. That's different. Why is that different? Because you don't like it? Oh, it's different because I don't like it. I can go hook up with whoever I want, whenever I want, because I like it. But if you were to do that, I wouldn't like it. So it's different. And her at 18 just wanted to have a boyfriend. Okay, but he's not even your boyfriend. You're his girlfriend, but he's not your boyfriend. Oh my God.
Turning 21 and I was still 20, so he'd go out to the bars with us bake for the first time, and I would still kind of like stay home. I was over going to the frat, so I was just like staying in a lot. And he would go out and he would call me and he would ask me to come pick him up from the bars or his friend's house or wherever he was. Yeah. And normally I would, if we were like on bad terms, he would call me and like kind of use that as a way to get talking to me again, because he would be like, hey, if you don't come pick me up, my car's here, I'll just drive myself home. Is that what you want? I've been drinking all day. And he would like guilt me into coming in and picking him up. So that would be
what are you doing?
Don't pick me up. I'm gonna drive all drunk.
That's like an illegal play. You can't do that play. That's a foul. This is a common thing though. I hear so many people have had an experience like this where somebody's like,
I'm gonna drive drunk if you don't get me.
Bro, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. No, but you're a jerk. He's got her claws in her. He's hooked inside her. Because you got to protect the other people on the road too. You don't, but you don't, not your responsibility. Because like the reality is like, not my monkey, not my circus. But how do you say no in a situation like that when it's like, jerk? Keep going.
Reconnect again if I would ghost him or he would ghost me or whatever. He'd always be like, oh, well, Sydney's available. And I was always available, of course. So one night he calls me and he's like, hey, can you come pick me up from this bar? We were on good terms at that point. So I'm like, sure, no problem. So I go to this bar, I go to pick him up, and guess what he's doing? He is making out with another girl outside of the bar. Oh, okay, great. And for some reason, he still got into my car and was like, oh, can she come?
Can she come? Why can't she drive you home? Oh, she drunk too? Two drunk people, my boyfriend and his girl, making out in the back of my car that I picked up because he said he's going to drive home drunk. She said this was at the end of the relationship. Yeah. Thinks he can get away with a little bit too much. If he's getting away with this, if he's getting away with anything like this, he needs a humbling so bad. Whatever it takes to humble someone like that. Can she come?
No, she cannot. She cannot. Absolutely not. Neither can you. And I told him to get out. He's like, I'm not getting out. I said, I'm not getting out. Take me home, whatever. So I ended up taking him home and I was like, this is the last time that I'm ever doing this. So I drop him off and I'm telling myself, I'm never going to do this again. I'm not entertaining this anymore. So a few weeks go by, we're not talking to each other. He calls me and I'm like, I ignore it. He calls me again. I ignore it. He calls me again. I pick up. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, can you come pick me up? I'm at so-and-so's house. I'm like, no, I'm not going to come pick you up.
I'm at so-and-so's house? Oh, yeah, I got drunk. I'm at this Hinge Date's house. We're just hitting it real hard. And then, I'm too drunk to drive home. Can you come pick me up? And then guys out here doing this and getting away with it for years. What? Someone, come in and explain this to me. How does this happen? I feel like just having a relationship that you don't break up just in general is hard, even if you're just both good people. And it's just well, it's hard to find somebody who I want to be with. Throw in being Satan and you're still for years together. What kind of manipulative mind games have to be played to get somebody to that point? Please don't pick him up.
That girl you were making out with a few weeks ago, come pick you up. How about that? And I hang up on him and I'm feeling so good about myself. I'm like, I finally had self-respect for once. And then he calls me and he texts me and he calls me and he texts me and he blows up my phone and he's sending me Snapchats and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. So I finally answer. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, I just want you. I only want to be with you. Can you please come pick me up? I'm at so-and-so's house. And guess what? My car is here. I happened to leave it here earlier. So if you don't come pick me up, I'm just going to drive myself home. And I was like,
not my monkey, not my circus. You're someone else's house. Oh, sorry, bro. Crash that. They can call their best friend's sister. They can call anybody but me. Playing in my face as someone else's house after making out with another girl in front of me. Meanwhile, whatever I'm doing doesn't matter. I got to get up and drive around there. I'm busy. Oh my God, I'm busy. I can't. If she goes over there and picks this boy up, Sydney, wake up, please.
Fine. That was the way to get me because I didn't want him to drive himself home. And he would. It wasn't just saying it he had done it in the past. He would just actually end up driving himself home. So whatever. I go pick him up. I take him to his apartment. I'm like, I'm not going up with you. He guilt trips me into going up with him. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I will go up, but then I'm leaving. So I go up. He immediately goes straight to the bathroom because he was so drunk. He would do the same on the phone. He sounded totally coherent. And then I would see him in person. He was basically falling over himself drunk. So he goes straight to the bathroom to get sick, I'm assuming. His roommate's in the living room. And I'm like, I'm kind of uncomfortable. I'm going to go wait for him in his bedroom. So I go to the bedroom. What?
Out of his bedroom! Oh my God, get out of his bedroom! Get out of his bedroom! Why are you in this person's bedroom? The only reason you should be in this person's bedroom is you are helping pack up their belongings with their family while they're in jail. In jail! In prison! I am not picking you up. Please, I am not. Please, I am not. Please. Okay, come up to my room. I am not. Come up to my room. Okay. She's young in this story. You don't have to do any of that. He doesn't deserve basic human kindness. He doesn't even deserve a gentle smile. He deserves a steel-toed boot in his ass and mud in his face. But I don't want to be mean. Okay. Why? It's not mean when karma gets somebody. Jojo Siwa said it. Karma's a bitch. You should have known better. If I had a wish, I would have wished you weren't around. Literally. But here she is in his bedroom. Get out!
There's a whiteboard with a to-do list on it, and it says, ask this girl out. Are you kidding me? And I knew exactly who the girl was because it was someone, this was back in the day when you could still see the notifications tab on Instagram. And it was this girl he would always like and comment on all of her pictures, heart emojis, fire emojis, whatever. And we had thought about it before because he would tell me I'm only talking to you right now. And then I would see that and be like, well, obviously you're still trying to get this girl's attention. He'd be like, oh, I just do that to give her an
do know the violence, rest for the conduct, don't you? The violence, the conduct.
Open you say, the two things they pray, during that, the state and respect.
Saint not really that bad, there's
Then you know my respect to some others, either Muslims or French.
not it's a word with you. Ashley, look coming from the image. If I start from the top and you want to Sure, this is your homework. You don't get even when you're little, anything I've ever had, you just have to stop away with friends. See you later. Hey, Ash, you were a great dance. I never told you what was what he's talking about. And what parties were all of this. It's called rehearsal. It's called backstage. And we're sitting with Julia. Julia's sister. Just because we should be going in forever doesn't mean Jim's work. I think she's got sensitive. For Jim's work, why not? But if I were you, I'd make sure before someone who can walk in comes along.
I was looking for yours. Oh, what was that?
Yes, you right.
Sure.
Oh, we like that. You know that I planned for our anniversary. I was going to see Jessica from Wizards. These guys and friends. See you the other alone. You know what type of songs this thing? One more.
Hey, what's it? Right. If you all can get upright. Now, what Juliet gave on? What's that step?
Ego boost. I was like,
Why are you trying to give another girl an ego boost? Meanwhile, you're my girlfriend. I mean, boyfriend. What the fuck? I just want to give her an ego boost. You want to give her an ego boost? Why not me? I'm your girlfriend. You said I am your. You said you're not my boyfriend. I don't know what the fuck that means because based on me being your girlfriend, you doing anything with another girl is cheating on me. But go off. There's literally nothing with her. I just want to give her an ego boost. You want to give another girl an ego boost? That's cheating. I'm your girlfriend, and you want to give another girl an ego boost. Meanwhile, here I am in your bedroom. A man with a whiteboard with a to-do list that says "Ask Jessica out." He is listening to the wrong podcasts. He's on an algorithm that has men putting up a whiteboard in their room trying to take control of their life. Meanwhile, he's acting like that. The one thing that he's trying to take control of in his life is getting his thing touched by as many people as he can. Meanwhile, you're his girlfriend and you have feelings for him. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, you do. Because every time he calls you drunk, you pick him up. Wake up. Oh, my God. On the outside of this, you can tell how much he hates him. I'm just telling you, when you're on the outside of a situation like this, you can't even understand how you were the person who was doing these things. It make no sense where you get to act with him how he acts. Gonna give her an ego boost. Go fucking die.
I don't think she really needs an ego boost from you specifically. Like, maybe knock that off. If I'm the only girl you're talking to, you shouldn't be doing these things. He'd be like, oh, you're so sensitive, you're so immature, whatever. Like, okay, fine, I'm just sensitive and mature, then don't talk to me. And he'd be like, oh, but I really care about you. And I'm like, no, you don't. You treat me like garbage. Anyways, so I'm sitting in his room waiting, and I'm just reading that over and over again, and I'm like pissed because I'm like, he never asks me out. He never takes me on dates. Like, what is going on here? So he comes out of the bathroom, and he is so fucking drunk. He starts grabbing at me and telling me I can't leave. It's not fair for me to leave. I can't leave him like this. Come on, like, let's just have a good time. Let's have a good night. And I'm like, no. Do you see the whiteboard? Are you kidding me? And I smack him across the face because I was just over it. I was so mad.
She said it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to condone anything. I'm not going to say you should do anything like that. I would not ever, ever say that that's a good thing to do. And you shouldn't ever. You know, also he is going, come on, let's just have a good time. Oh, babe, you're all the way here. Pow! You know what? I will say, yeah. Pow! Bam, bam. I mean, this is a scary situation. Obviously, she's okay. We're glad that she's okay. Very happy for you, Sydney, to have gotten out of it. But oh my God!
I have never been so mad at you, and you've done a lot of fucked up things to me. I'm leaving. So I start to try leaving. He grabs one of my shoes off the floor, and he's like, you can't leave without your shoe, Sid. You can't leave without your shoe. He starts waving it in my face and acting like he's going to hit me in the face with my shoe. And I'm like, you know what? I can leave barefoot if I want, to be honest, and I'm leaving right now. So I go over to the door. He starts to like kind of try to run in front of me. He's so drunk. He's stumbling in front of the door. He ends up hitting me against the door, and he's like, come on, Sid, you can't leave me like this. Like, it's not fair to leave me like this. And I'm like, I need to leave.
Look, I know that like everything turns out, I'm assuming fine in the story, and this isn't like a true crime documentary, but my mind can't like not go to the horror movie aspect of this, where it's just like this stuff is happening, and then he's like trying to stop you, he's running in front of you, and then you like put your foot out, you trip him, and then he trips and falls, and his head goes on like a corner, and he's like, and then you have to do something with it. Like, this is just a situation where something could go wrong like that in a way that would affect you for the rest of your life. So you just don't ever want to be in a situation like this. Like, for real, he's in another person's house. Hey, not my monkey, not my circus. Am I supposed to pick up every single drunk driver in the world? Oh, what, just because I know you? The things I know you for are that I hate you and that you are the devil and that you are a manipulative loser who's going to use this to try to do stuff to me. Call an Uber.
I need to leave. And I realized that my wristlet was on the floor next to my shoe. So I'm like, I'm going to get my wristlet, which had my pepper spray on it. I'm going to pepper spray him and I'm going to leave because I was so fucking over it. So I try to run over to my wristlet. He realizes what I'm doing. He gets over there in front of me. He's like, you were going to fucking pepper spray me, you crazy bitch. Like, da-da-da-da. Suddenly, able to talk, totally coherent, totally fine. He's on top of me, pinning me down on the floor and like screaming in my face. And then he looks at me and I can see in his eyes, there's absolutely nothing going on behind them. And I'd seen that look in his eyes before. And he wound up hurting me pretty badly the last time I saw it look in his eyes. So I was like, you know what? The only option I really have here is to play along.
I learned a term about this called fawning. Someone was talking about that on the first Nightmare First Dates video. They were like, sometimes in a situation like this, you just got to be like, so you can get home safe. That's so true. Totally makes sense. I wish she got to the pepper spray first. This dude is scary as fuck. Oh my God. Anytime you're in any relationship where anything could spin out in any way like this, that's just not the person for you. That's just not what your future spouse is going to do. Your future spouse is never going to have been doing that to you. You just got to be like, gotta have hard boundaries with psychopaths. Oh my God. How do you get out of a situation like this?
So he goes, let's just have a good night, Sid. Let's just have fun, Sid. Come on, let's just have fun. And I saw at one point that his roommate was like kind of sticking his head out of his door and looking at us in the living room. So I was like, you know what, this is really embarrassing. And the only way that I'm going to get out of here without getting hurt is if I play along. So I'm like, sure, let's go to sleep. Let's just wake up tomorrow, have a good day, whatever. Like, let's just have a good night, right? He's like, yeah, let's just have a good night. Let's just have a good night. So he finally gets up off of me. And he's like, come on. He pulls me up off the floor, tries to throw me over his shoulder. He's so drunk. He ends up falling down on top of the couch and he starts cracking up laughing as if it's the funniest thing that's ever happened. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, what's funny? Like, we both just fell down. Like, what's funny? He basically just threw me to the floor. Like, what's funny? And he goes, you know what? We are just like Jim and Pam from The Office.
Bro, if that was what Jim acted like with Pam in The Office, Dwight would have his head on a pike. Look, not to Office post right now. If Jim did anything like that to Pam, Dwight has like 17 weapons within arm's reach. He's taking a gun out of his hip. He's taking shurikens out here. Jim's sitting there, like, done. Out for the count. Damn, you are not Jim and Pam. By the way, Jim kind of a dickhead. Okay, not about The Office. Dude, you're on top of your girlfriend going. She goes, okay, I'll do whatever you want. You pick her up, you start busting out laughing. I know he's drunk. He should be in a correctional facility where he should be getting a stern talking to 3 times a day for maybe the rest of his life. You should not be in society if you're acting like that with your girlfriend, bro. This is unreal. I'm so glad she got out like okay and safe. It's like part of it's like kind of funny, but that's actually like a boyfriend from and who will return to hell. Like so bad.
We're just like Jim and Pam from The Office. Just a Jim looking for his Pam.
Just a Jim looking for his Pam. Why is it always that? Why isn't it I'm a Mark S looking for my Helly? Why isn't it a Ben Wyatt looking for my Leslie Knope? What the fuck is Jim and like who cares? Okay, like that guy, you cannot get much more evil than that. That is so close to a true crime documentary. That is like so close. I mean, it is criminal. There's crime that happened. What about this one?
I can't even believe I'm going to say this right now, but here are things my manipulative ex-boyfriend used to do that I thought were normal. He would tell me that he was short on rent money. I would help him time and time again. But whenever I said, no, not this time, he would tell me that whatever he had to do to get the money, illegal or not, cheating or not, that it was my fault for not helping him.
Sorry? Doing the broke boyfriend pose with his girl about rent? Babe, could you get my rent money, please? Babe. Oh, you're not going to fund my entire life? Okay, well, then I'm going to rob 7-Eleven and potentially shoot a cashier. That's on you. This is the same thing that first guy was doing with the, if you don't drive me home, I'm going to drive myself, inebriated. So then it's her fault that you did something that's bad just because, she kisses you sometimes? So then anything that you do bad is her fault because she didn't stop you from doing it? What? How is that even anything, at all? Like, what are you talking about? But this is a theme that, goes on in so many relationships that it's just like, when you're in the relationship, you're like, well, yeah, that's my person. That's my person. Brother, that is just another organism that's apparently out there to parasitically fuck you. Okay, let me slow down. No, that's what he's doing. Keep going.
He would change the password to his phone every week. And when I would ask him about it, he would tell me that I just remembered it wrong. He would ask me for gas money because he was driving to my place when it was 15 minutes. Anytime I would bail on plans or have to move them, he would tell me days later, that he had some elaborate surprise planned. So romantic, so sweet of him. But I never got to see it because I didn't show up.
She's dating somebody who shouldn't even be allowed to own anything. He's so dumb. You shouldn't even be allowed to like buy a phone. He's got to be like under a conservatorship or something. You think that any of these lies are believable? By the way, driving 15 minutes and then asking for gas money. By the way, praying that you can like, be intimate. How can you ever look at somebody with that kind of vibe when they're driving 15 minutes to your house for that going, could you give me like $6 because I drove here. Get a job. Babe, sorry I can't come today. I'm not feeling well. Oh, well that's such a shame because for the first time throughout our entire relationship, I was gonna do something really elaborate and nice for you. But I guess you'll never get it, but I should get the credit for it and I should get the brownie points for it. You want a picture of it? I can't. I don't have it. Can you give me money for my phone plan? How am I talking to you on the phone? Actually, I think they made a movie about this guy. It's called Dumb and Dumber.
Every time I did show up, there was never anything planned. He would go to restaurants with me because he said he wanted to go on dates, right? We would get there, I would order my food, and he would say, oh, I'm actually not going to get anything. I'm not hungry. And there would be a long pause, and I would be like, do you just not have money? And he'd be like, yeah, but it's fine. So then I would feel bad and buy him food. And lastly, this one is literally insane. This was after we broke up, but it had been like 2 months, not even. He owed me money, like a few $100s. And he called me out of the blue from a random number to say that he couldn't pay me back, but that I didn't need the money anyway.
What? Why are you dating this guy? Like, why are you dating him for more than like 2 dates? He gets to the second date and he's like, I need gas money to come to the date, and I also need you to pay for the food, and I'm gonna need you to cover my rent. And you're not breaking up with him. Why do you owe him anything at all? No. It's like, so I can't pay you back the $300. But it doesn't matter because the $300, it's not even that important, and you don't even need it or want it. Why did you want it then? What does he think is going on in other people's minds? Does he think that other people are NPCs who are dull? It sounds like a special level of like ego and stupidity. For real, get a job before you're in a relationship if this is how it's gonna be. Who is this guy? How did they even meet each other? Why are they together? I can see by the skincare she's holding right there. That looked like a Charlotte Tilbury something. That looks like Charlotte Tilbury. I know that's expensive. Why is she with that guy? I don't understand that at all. She has one more thing though.
And then told me he was engaged.
Sorry, wait, what? Back up?
And then told me he was engaged. What on earth? My standards were low. Okay.
Yeah, but okay, how did he have a fiance? Who did he get down on his knee for that said yes? Did he borrow $300 for an engagement ring? This guy, I kind of want to meet him because what kind of aura do you have to have 3 dates when every single date you're like, can I have money, please? Can you give me more money? Well, that's not what this is, bro. Bro, you're not a woman of the night. There we go. That's not right. Point being, he's like hooking up with her and then she's like paying him. And that's what their dynamic is. But it's just like the most loser manipulative version of that. By the way, changing your phone password every week and then saying, no, you just misremembered it. I didn't even say anything about that, but like, do you think she's an idiot? Like at a certain point, gotta know a woman can remember 4 numbers in a row. And if it's the like phone password, she's gonna remember that for sure. What do we think the numbers were? Were they 6767? Probably yes. Guys, can I have one more? Can I have one more? Also, fun thing about like these videos that I'm doing, I haven't seen any of these before. So we're like dead ass watching it together. Cause my friend Carter, he's like a musician with the twin sisters. He's like helping me like do the research and like clips and stuff. I am so enjoying this so much. I'm like really busy at the end of the year, but I really want to be posting, like I want to be part of your daily routine. I want to be Rhett and Link in this shit. I would love it if I could be posting every single day of the week. I'm trying to scale it to that point. I want to be a part of your daily routine. I just want to say I'm having like so much fun doing it, but go ahead.
Get ready with me while I tell you things my ex-boyfriend did and I still stayed. We met for the first time on November 1st, made it official on November 4th, and then he asked me to have sex with him that same night on the day we made it official, which I said no, of course, because that's crazy. We were watching anime together and I said that one of the girls on the screen was hot. Like I was just admiring one of the characters and he started crying and said that he didn't think I loved him because I was calling cartoon characters hot, literal cartoons.
Bro, what if it's a hot anime girl and your girlfriend is saying that she thinks that the hot anime girl is hot? What are you going to say? No. I don't understand that mindset at all. We're watching Kakagurui. Sophia like, man, she kind of bad. I'm like, what you say is your truth. I'm not going to start crying and getting jealous. By the way, we're watching Physical 100. I'm looking at Sung Bin thinking about, I got a blank spot right here on my wall. I would kill for a poster of Sung Bin. And Sophia's sitting there right going, we sure about your sexuality? And I'm going, yes, we're sure. But it's Sung Bin. What was the thing that we were talking about? Sung Bin's fucking sick ass nonchalant vibe. Guys, you gotta watch Physical 100. Okay, hot anime girls. She has a crush on him. Her boyfriend crying.
He cried for like 10 minutes about it and like would not speak to me. From the minute we started dating, he asked for my location and would check it constantly. He always had to know where I was going at all times. And he would get mad if I didn't tell him. If I wanted to go to Dunkin's 3 minutes down the road, I had to tell him. If I had a last minute rehearsal, I had to tell him because he needed to know where I was at all times. And he would spam me with texts until I told him where I was going.
Or what? He's gonna cry and freak out. Okay, bye. Okay, you're not my boyfriend anymore. Bye. You're freaking little weird, greebly mother. Like, what are you talking about?
If you want to go to 7-Eleven, you have to text me because I'm going to be watching. And if you're going to 7-Eleven, I'm assuming it's going to the parking lot and sucking.
What? Like, that's a breakup. Where are the standards? Where are the boundaries at?
There was one time I stayed at school for an hour longer because I was talking to my music director for a show. And I forgot to tell him because, like, I'm talking to a teacher. I'm not going to text my boyfriend that I'm at the school. He checked my location, saw that I hadn't left yet. And he accused me of hiding at the school and cheating on him with his best friend. Throughout the entire relationship, he accused me of cheating on him with his best friend. I had known his best friend for 4 years and we were just friends. But every time I was with him, he accused me of cheating on him with his best friend.
Okay. Why are you not upset with his best friend a little bit? By the way, does he not believe his best friend? Does he not believe you? Why is he your boyfriend? Why did he not break up with you if he actually doesn't believe it? Why is he still friends with that guy if he actually doesn't believe it? Why, and if he does believe when you say that you're not doing it, then why is he freaking out about it?
Oh, you were at school an hour after class? That means you were definitely there with my best friend and you were unzipping something and probably pulling something out. Interesting.
Guess I'll sit here and start crying and screaming and making it all your fault. What? The thing is, that's pathetic. That's like weird, but it's like really loser pathetic stuff. You don't want your girlfriend to like you? At the very least be like, whatever. And then if you find out she is cheating on you, well then, oh gosh, that really sucks. And then they're definitely the bad guys. But this is not making you look like a good guy. It just makes you look like an insecure loser.
He tried to watch me use the bathroom. His bathroom was connected to his bedroom, but it was also connected to the living room. There were 2 doors. I locked one of them and I forgot to lock the one that connected to his bedroom. He opened the door and I said, no, I'm not comfortable with that. Leave. Like, I don't want you watching that. That's weird. He said, okay, and left the door open a crack and watched me through said crack.
Hey, baby, I don't actually trust you to be going to the bathroom unsupervised. Do you mind if I watch? No? Okay, I'll close it.
Dog, you're a creepy goblin from a fantasy movie about goblins who are being creeps.
Got him.
What the hell is this guy? And why is this person in a relationship? Like, what did it take to get into a relationship with somebody if you are this person? How do you convince you love bomb him? Is love bombing for him just acting like a normal guy for a week and then just turning into a little creepy goblin in a movie where a goblin's a creep? That's what it sounds like.
He constantly asked for pictures and got upset when I didn't send them to him. Even like they weren't even nudes. They were just like, I want to see a picture of you in the mirror, or I want a picture of your face. But he would only ask like at night at like 10 p.m. And at that point, I'm in my bed. I have my bonnet on. I have a face mask on. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up. And frankly, I didn't even want to send the pictures anyways. Like, my philosophy is there's no need for pictures if you're going to see it in person. There's no reason to risk that and get them sent around. So I was totally against.
Yeah, that's probably good philosophy to have. But even as she's telling the story of her in the relationship, like, while she's in the relationship, her actions are just very much like, I don't like this guy. If he's texting you, he's like, hey, yo, can I have a selfie of your face? If she liked him, she'd be like, why? Or even if she liked him, she could be like, no. And then he'd be like, that's okay. I can't wait to see it. Like, you know, but it's just the vibe of a guy who you don't want texting you. Why is that your boyfriend? If there's a guy who you don't want to be texting you and you go, when their notification pops up and that's your boyfriend, look, relationships take work, relationships take time, things go through situations. But if it's for real like that, and it's like that and it's not going to change, just break up. You're going to be so much happier. Just break up. That's always my advice. Anytime someone's like, I'm going through something, I'm like, it feels like 90% of the time it's just, you should break up. And then they eventually do break up, but it's like, you want to waste another 8 months going like this? Oh my God. Every time they text you. All right, keep going.
I was like, no, I'm not sending pictures. And he would get mad at me and constantly be like, please, 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 please send them. Please, I need to see it right now. And it's like, no, you can wait. He told me that he needed to be my top priority above everything and that I wasn't making enough time for him. And mind you, I was spending all of my free time with him. I did not have any time to myself because I was devoting my entire life to this guy.
Know your worth, King. She's devoting her entire life to you. She has 5 seconds where she's sitting out there scrolling on TikTok and it's not a text to your dumb ass. You got to ask for more. Know your worth. Raise your standards, King.
You're not giving me enough. I've been nothing but insecure, controlling, and manipulative. And this is how you treat me? I know my worth and I deserve a little bit more than that.
If you act like that, okay, You get tased. God. Okay, keep going.
So our rehearsal schedule is pretty like intensive. We have a lot of rehearsals. Any day that I didn't have a rehearsal, I was at his house. I'm not going to skip a rehearsal to see my boyfriend because that's ridiculous. So he actually got mad at me when I wasn't spending time with him, even though I put all of my free time into him. He told me that I had too many friends and spent too much time with them. So he told me that he wanted to convert me to introversion. In doing so, he drove me away from all of my friends. I didn't speak to my best friend for maybe 2 months.
How are you listening to him? How are you? Wake up, wake up, wake up. How are you listening to this loser, insecure, egotistical freak? How? He's a creep. He's an egotistical loser creep. Oh my God. I'm so like, you're spending too much time at rehearsal. Yeah, that's what you do in high school when you're in theater. You spend too much time at rehearsal. Oh, and guess what you're doing? Making connections and memories that will last you a lifetime. Instead of sitting there with some loser creep who sucks your energy like a fucking vampire.
You said the girl from Kakagurui was hot.
Wake up, wake up. Okay, if that is your man.
That is an energy succubus. Get out of the succubus!
I'm calm though. I'm real nonchalant about this type shit because it's like, relationship type shit. We're doing theater type shit, like rehearsal. You have too many friends. Okay, well, you have nothing and you have nobody, and it's because you drove everybody away by how much of a creep you are. Oh my God.
Because he was convinced that I had too many friends and didn't make enough time for him, even though he was like the only person I ever saw. I was at his house so much that his family was like, don't your parents want to see you? And I was like, yeah, but I literally can't. We fought a lot during our relationship, which is normal. It's a high school relationship. You're not going to expect much else. But the issue was we couldn't talk through it because he never heard out my side of the story. If he had done something to wrong me, which happened a lot, I would bring it up with him to explain why it made me upset and like, hey, like, we're fine. I just want you to know that you did this to me and it hurt me. He wouldn't listen to me at all and would just say that I was overreacting or like blame it on me and be like, it's your fault. You should have spoken up.
Oh my God, she's speaking up right now. Oh, you should have spoken up. Okay, not my white ass right now speaking up and you're telling me to shut the fuck up. You're a liar! Manipulator, controlling, loser, energy vampire, succubus. Meanwhile, they're in high school. Bro!
You have too many friends. You need to be making more time for me.
Why? Because you're afraid that every single second that she's not with you, she's fantasizing about leaving your loser ass?
I don't want you to hang out with your friends. They all give you good advice to leave me.
Yeah. Oh, really? If there is someone in your life and they're saying, you should spend less time with your friends, less time with people that care about you. That is someone who should not be in your life because relationships are great. Relationships are wonderful, but they're not everything in your entire life. They don't replace everything. That's insane. What about a hobby? What about theater? What about going to rehearsal and complaining about it? That's what it is. Okay, this guy's actually, I don't know why he's making me so much madder than even the other ones. I think, go ahead.
That a lot. He was like, you should have told me in the moment. I did. And you didn't listen, you kept doing what you were doing to me. Because of all of this, he made a 2-minute apology video, pretty much blaming all of the things he did to me on having too much caffeine. Mind you, he had 11 Celsiuses in 1 week. He was fine. It was not the caffeine's fault.
I don't care about Celsiuses. Why is bro blaming like being a dickhead on being too hyper? He's like, sorry that I controlled you and was screaming at you and being a total douchebag. I was just so hyper. What are you talking about? Are you 7 years old? I'm hyper. What? You're hyper? Are you a hamster? What are you talking about, hyper?
I just couldn't listen to you when you were telling me that the things I was doing was making you feel horrible. I was just too hyper. Too much caffeine.
Life's not a box of cinnamon Toast Crunch and you're the only guy with a spoon. Everybody has a spoon down. Everybody matters and everybody deserves to eat.
And if you're out there and you're acting like, oh, I'm the only one who has a spoon right now, I'm the only one who matters at this bowl of life,
then Jason Bourne should come out here, take that spoon and do something that Jason Bourne does with inanimate objects. I don't know if Jason Bourne 2, like, oh God, is it an old reference? He jams stuff places. Go ahead, Queen.
All of this, I tried to break up with him 3 times. He said no the first 2 times, which is kind of crazy because if I'm saying I want to break up, you don't just be like, no, we can no, we're breaking up, we're done.
Okay, but you're saying that, but it worked. You can't be like, no, but it did. He did, and it worked. I'm breaking up with you. No, you're not. And then it's like, okay, I guess we're not. Okay.
I know, I can hear it. I can hear the wind. Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
I don't even know what my body would do in a situation like that where I'm like, I don't ever want to see you again. I don't like you. For somehow me to be at that point, I'm already having like a lot of resistance towards confronting somebody in a way like that. But then for them to say no, I don't understand. I'm not just gonna go, "Ah," okay, and then just like fully ghost them. I guess it's in high school and y'all see each other at school. I guess. This dude pissed me off so bad.
After we finally did break up, he confronted me about the rumors I was spreading, which was just me telling my story because he like assaulted me. So I was just sharing my story. And when I explained my side of the story to him, he said he didn't remember and he asked if I
Hello.
had any evidence. Evidence of assault? No. It was all in person. Do you want me to whip out an audio recording? Like what? But anyways, I hope this was entertaining because my ex-boyfriend was actually evil.
Yeah, well, he actually was. What is she saying right now?
God, I was only with him for 2 months, but it could have been a lot.
All of that was in 2 months? Okay, I'm glad she's out of that and she's doing better now. I hope his entire community sees that and stays far away. I wouldn't touch that guy with a 6.5 foot long. No, not even like a 9-foot pole. Not like for real. If it was 10 foot, I'd poke him like from a distance. Like, get out of that! That's diabolical. In 2 months, you deny 2 breakups and you're doing all that? I mean, okay, he's the worst. Does there need to be a scale? No, there's not a scale. They're all evil. But I think I got the most amped up with that one. I'm sorry if I'm getting too hyper. I for real think maybe I need to chill out sometimes. But I genuinely really enjoy filming like the videos. So like I get so excited. But sometimes I'm like, oh my God, relax. But I don't know. I'm making videos about crazy stuff. How am I not going to react like that? I don't know how to be chill about stuff like that. Nobody's even asking me to. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I love you guys so much. I really, really, really like this type of video. And like, I think I posted one about like evil bosses and stuff. I'm just having so much fun on YouTube right now. I need to stop saying it at the end of every video. But every time I finish recording a video, I'm like, I'm excited to be a YouTuber. But like, okay, shut up. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Does somebody say that?
I wish I knew you hated Wes Anderson. I would have kicked you to the curb there and then. You said it's style over substance, fuck you mean. I'm living in an asteroid city in my dreams.
Eggs, bacon, solid foods. Great, man. Great food. All right. How you guys doing? Huh? Yeah. You know it, folks. You know it.
Not bad for his first time. Why don't I always teach him?
Cheerleader. Come on, coach. I'm just giving them for moral support. Moral support. You watch where you're supposed to this game. Training, guys. Good job. Good job. Halftime talk is gone.